Yeah, this is Mr. Elmhorst with the math lesson where we're going to use the percent proportion tables and we're going to use a tic-tac-toe style proportion table. We've been developing that skill over this past couple of units. So let's see if we can apply it when we're using percent proportions. So this one, find the percent, and let's just put some given information. Percent is a symbol or number being represented in a ratio out of 100. So we go to the question, what is the percent out of 700? So how are we going to do this? Well, it says 35 is what percent of 700? So we have the part is, and here we have 35, and then the total is 700. One piece of information that is always going to be given with the percent ratio is 100. So we're going to have a part, and a total. So here the question is about 35. What is the other missing part when asking 35 out of 700? There's going to be 665. So 35 out of 700 and 665 out of 700, both of those together makes up 700. Now, we are focusing on the 35, but I want us to note that the other missing part is within the problem. So now we have the context. So this is the smaller part. This would be the other larger part. And now we look at how do we go from 700 down to 100? Using factors. What's an easy factor or number we can divide by to take 700 down to 100? Divide by 7. So the smaller part, 35 divided by 7, is going to give us what percent? 5%. And 665, we could do the math, but what's 100 minus 5? So 5% and 95% would give us the 100%. So we go back to the statement here. 35 is what percent out of 700? Solving 35 is 5% out of 700. Okay, please change the printed word total, the first one, find the total when given the percent and the total. So that was a typing mistake. It should say find the part when given the percent and the total. So here, what is 25% of 36? I'm going to make this connection here. When the word is talking about the part, and is out of the total. We're going to make a connection to the total of, and the parts are or is out of the total. So what's some given information here? Okay, so it says what is 25% of 36? So we have 25% of is down here, so we're going to put 36 down below. So what's the other missing percent? If this is 25, what's the other percent? 75%. So these two, 25%, 75% equals 100. So now we need to make this comparison where we go from 100 down to 36. Do we have an easy factor to go from 100 down to 36? Okay, so what if we simplify this ratio, what can 25 and 100 be equal to, or can be simplified to? 1/4. 25% is 1/4, and here's the other missing part. So 1 and 3 together make up 4, so we got 1/4. So I'm going to take these factor comparisons out and now look at the simplified one. Now do we have a factor that works for 36? Times 9. So we go up on top. So 4 times 9 is 36, and 1 times 9 is 9. And if we do here in the middle, just to find the other part, 3 times 9 is 27. Now, looking at our tic-tac-toe board, we started with 25%, we have 36, and now we get to the part that we're looking for. What number is 25% of 36? 9 is 25% out of 36. And now we need to find the total when given the part and the percent. So using the tic-tac-toe board, it says find the total. So go ahead and circle that part of the tic-tac-toe board. So we're looking for the total, but we are given the part and the percent. So is 80% the bigger or smaller number out of 100? So we can say this is the larger percent, 80%. And what percent is missing here? No, the total percent is here. What percent is missing? 20. So the two given parts, we have 20%, 80%, and now it's saying 48 is 80. So we're going to make this connection. 48 is the 80%, and now we need to see what is the total being compared to 100. So does 80 have a factor that works with 48? Nope, not directly. So I'm going to take these off just so there's extra. Can we simplify 80 and 100 by a factor of 8? What else? Oh, there's an easy one. 5, what else? 10. So if we simplify both of these fractions, both 80 over 100 by a factor of 10, divide by 10, divide by 10. Now, does 8 have a multiple that works with 48? Times what? Times 6 times 6. So 8 times 6 is 48. 10 times 6 is 60. So if we complete the tic-tac-toe proportion table, 48 is 80% of 100. 60 is the total. What's the smaller part? 60 minus 48, we would have 12 up on top. We fill out all the information. Just going to remove this stuff to take us back so we can see what was going on. And 48 is 80% out of 60. 48 is 80% out of the total, which would be 60.